Boise's Vision Zero plan seeks to eliminate traffic fatalities, but neighborhoods still face safety challenges. We asked the candidates how they would improve transportation safety while ensuring equitable investments across District 6.
There's a couple of things that I've done on City Council already, and so I helped create and pass the Pathways Master Plan. That's 112 miles of pathways that extend along irrigation canals, power easements, railroad easements, and other public rights-of-way across the entire city. So you can think of the Boise Greenbelt, but actually extending into every single neighborhood. The average household takes 10 vehicle trips per day. When we're talking about transportation solutions and reducing congestion, it's not to eliminate all those trips, it's to eliminate some of them. How can we create neighborhoods, walking and biking paths, sidewalks, crosswalks, things that people want to go to in the places where they live, like parks and coffee shops, that they can at least substitute some of those trips out. So if we could get that down to 6 vehicle trips per day, that's a 40% reduction on the amount of people out there driving on the road. So we have to continue to build out the Pathways plan. That's a major aspect. I started the Traffic Fatality Review Task Force, so when there is a serious crash or a fatality, we're looking at those specific incidents closely, and we're trying to figure out what can be done at this intersection to prevent this from happening again in the future, and what other intersections across the valley, what other roads, can we actually do the exact same thing. So we're both being reactive to these crashes, but also creating proactive solutions that extend across the entire valley. So that Traffic Fatality Review Force is huge. It's going to change the way that we design our roads. We have to build out our Pathways Master Plan, and we have to be working with our police to make sure that we have the enforcement needed to keep those speeds down, to keep people from running stoplights and stop signs.
I'm going to point back to the people. I think what we have is we have folks who are quote unquote experts in this work, but I think we need people who are not experts in this work, but who actually live in the real world. We need to find a way, even if we have to have paid consultants, also known as regular folks, find a way to include them in the conversation. Because I know that there have been steps taken, but the thing is, I found when I became politically involved as a politician, I learned about all these different groups like Conservation Voters for Idaho and that sort of thing. And it was very high level. Folks who, this is a mission of theirs, of conservation, of getting folks in the outdoors out of their cars, using bicycles, embracing alternative forms of transportation. I think in order for us to have a success in that vision, we actually need to include just regular folks. I'm one of those regular folks. It would take a lot for me to leave my car behind because I don't feel safe. For example, the Pathways program of trying to get another way for folks to get around. I would love to be a part of that because I represent the majority of people who are not comfortable getting out of their cars. And why? Because I'm afraid of getting hit by a car. That's the irony, right? But that's a big part of it. We need to have all the people affected by this shift to be part of that shift.
I think that we need to have traffic calming. I think that we need to have more of those little speed bumpy things in the neighborhoods because I know a lot of the residential streets are people just flying by. There's got to be some ways to address the traffic calming, and I think education is probably one of the first things that we need to do. I think that perhaps when kids are taking driver's ed, they have to be informed about, maybe they have to see those scary movies that I saw when I was getting my driver's license, so inform them about what these fatalities actually cause, the heartbreak and the ache of losing a loved one because of a traffic fatality. I think education is so important.